Hello everyone, welcome back to the second session on the blood vascular system of pila globosa. In this presentation, we will be looking into in detail the different components of the blood vascular system other than heart and blood. The blood vascular system, it includes the arterial system, the venous system, and in the case of pila, we have lacunae and sinuses. The arterial system of pila consists of the trunk which carries blood away from the heart. That is the vessel which arises from the ventricle, and that is the aortic trunk. Okay, so the arterial system, it includes the branches, the aortic trunk and the branches of the aortic trunk. Okay, the aortic trunk, soon after it originates from the ventricle, it divides into two major branches, and that is the cephalic aorta and the visceral aorta. The cephalic aorta, it runs forward and gives branches to head and foot, while visceral aorta, it runs backward towards the visceral mass and it gives off branches to various parts of the visceral mass. Okay, and this one we will be looking in detail in the next slide. Now coming to the next part, that is the lacunae and sinuses. Usually what happens is, once the blood reaches the cells and tissues, various parts of the body, there it is, the oxygen is used up and carbon dioxide is collected from the cells, and this deoxygenated blood, it is carried back to the heart. Okay, deoxygenated blood is carried back to the heart normally. But in the case of pila, what happens is, uh, the deoxygenated blood from various parts of the body, it gets collected first in small open spaces. Okay, and these open spaces are what are referred as lacunae. Okay, and these lacunae, so several lacunae, they join together and form larger blood channels, and these larger blood channels are known as sinuses. Okay, so deoxygenated blood from various parts of the body, it gets collected in smaller open spaces known as lacunae, and these several lacunae, they join together, merge together to form larger blood channels, and these are referred as the sinuses. Okay, and all the lacunae and sinuses in the body of pila, they collectively form the hemocoel of the organism. Okay, and when we list out all the what you call the sinuses, the major sinuses, we can find five in number. The first one, it is perivisceral sinus. As the name suggests, it is located around the in the visceral mass and around the buccal mass and esophagus. Okay, and as already mentioned, sinuses, they are formed by the uh, merging of the lacunae, right? And the lacunae, it receives blood from various parts of the body. So perivisceral sinus, they contain the blood which collected from the regions supplied by the cephalic aorta, such as eyes, tentacles, siphon, skin, and buccal mass. And from this sinus, the blood flows to anterior renal chamber, pulmonary sac, and tenerium. We'll be looking in detail in the next slide there how the blood flows over there. Okay, so perivisceral sinus, it is located around the buccal mass and esophagus, and it contains a blood collected from those regions which get the blood from the cephalic aorta. Okay, cephalic aorta supplies the head and foot regions, and so perivisceral sinus, they collect blood from those regions which get the blood from the what you call cephalic aorta. Okay, now the next one is peri-intestinal sinus. As the name suggests, it lies in the visceral mass around the intestinal coils, and it contains the blood collected from the parts supplied by the visceral aorta. Okay, so perivisceral sinus, it contains blood which is collected from those parts of the body which gets the blood from the cephalic aorta, while peri-intestinal sinus, it contains the blood collected from those organs which get the blood from the visceral aorta. Okay, and from here the blood flows to anterior renal chamber and afferent renal vein. Okay, the third sinus, it is branchiorenal sinus. Um, and you can see the name suggests branchio, which is referring to the tenerium or the gill, and renal, obviously the kidney or the renal chamber here. Okay, so branchiorenal sinus, it occupies a region between the tenerium and the anterior renal chamber. Okay, and the branchiorenal sinus, it contains or it receives blood from the anterior renal chamber through efferent renal vein. And from the branchiorenal sinus, blood flows to the tinnidium through afferent tinnidial vein. Okay, for oxygenation, the blood flows from branchiorenal sinus to the tinnidium. Now, the fourth one, it is afferent renal sinus. It is located close to the anterior renal chamber. Okay, branchiorenal sinus, it is located between the tinnidium and the anterior renal chamber, while afferent renal sinus, it is located close to the anterior renal chamber and receives blood from the renal organ. Okay, it receives blood from renal organ. Coming to the last one, pulmonary sinus, it is located in the wall of the pulmonary sac. Pulmonary sinus, it is placed within the pulmonary sac, in the wall of the pulmonary sac, and receives blood from the perivisceral sinus. So perivisceral sinus, the blood flows into the pulmonary sac and tinnidium and anterior renal chamber. So it is a pulmonary what you call sinus which receives blood from the perivisceral sinus through an afferent pulmonary vein, and blood undergoes oxygenation over here. Okay, and the oxygenated blood will flow into the auricle through efferent pulmonary vein. I hope it is clear. Okay, so pulmonary sinus, it is located within the wall of the pulmonary sac, and it receives blood from perivisceral sinus, right? And here what happens is oxygenation take place. The oxygenated blood from the pulmonary sinus is carried to the auricle through efferent pulmonary vein. Okay, so that is about the lacunae and sinuses. Okay, now venous system. As the name suggests, it includes those vessels which carry blood away from the heart. Okay, to various parts of the body. Sorry, what you call towards the heart from various parts of the body. Okay, so blood from different parts of the body and also from these sinuses, it gets collected by various what you call venules, the smaller vessels, venules, and these venules they join together to form the larger veins. Okay, and the major veins in the case of pila are, you can see here again, they are 5 in number. It is afferent tinnidial vein. As the name suggests, it is to the tinnidia, towards the tinnidia. Okay, so it carries deoxygenated blood from the perivisceral sinus to the tinnidium. Okay, it could be from perivisceral sinus, it is from branchiorenal sinus, and then from rectum, gonoducts, etc. So from various parts of the body, plus from perivisceral sinus and branchiorenal sinus, blood is carried to the tinnidia through afferent tinnidial vein. Okay, that is a major vein which carries blood for getting oxygenated. Okay, now the next one we have is efferent tinnidial vein. So name suggests it is moving, it carries blood away from the tinnidium, right? So here the oxygenated blood is carried from the tinnidium to the auricle, to the heart. Okay, it ends in the dorsal side of the auricle. The third one is afferent renal vein. As the name suggests, it takes blood towards the renal chamber. Okay, so it carries blood from the periintestinal sinus to the posterior renal chamber for filtering out the waste particles. So whatever waste products are there, it is removed at the renal chamber, and this is done at the posterior renal chamber from the blood which is taken through the afferent renal vein. Okay, efferent renal vein, it carries blood from the what you call posterior renal chamber towards the auricle. I hope you remember efferent renal vein, it carries blood from the kidney, from the renal chamber towards the auricle, and the blood which passes through the efferent renal vein, they are waste free because the waste substances have been removed or filtered out at the posterior renal chamber. Okay, so afferent renal chamber, it receives blood from periintestinal sinus. Okay, and it carries it to posterior renal chamber. Okay, now efferent pulmonary vein, this also we have already come across. This takes blood from the pulmonary sac, the pulmonary sinus to the auricle. Okay, so we can just once again go through that. Afferent tinnidial vein, it takes blood towards the tinnidium. It collects blood from the perivisceral sinus, branchiorenal sinus, from various other parts of the body, and it carries it to the tenerium for getting it oxygenated. Efferent tenerial vein, it carries blood away from the tenerium, so it is the vessel which carries oxygenated blood. Okay, it carries oxygenated blood towards the auricle. Okay, all these efferent veins are carrying it to the auricle. Okay, efferent tenerial vein from tenerium to the auricle, efferent renal vein from the posterior renal chamber to the auricle, efferent pulmonary vein from the pulmonary sac or from the pulmonary sinus specifically to the auricle. Okay, as already seen, afferent tenerial vein, it receives blood from the perivisceral sinus and branchiorenal sinus. Okay, while the afferent renal vein, it receives blood from the periintestinal sinus and carries the blood to the what you call posterior renal chamber, where the what you call the waste substances are filtered out. Okay, so this is about the venous system, the lacrinae and sinuses, and the arterial system. We can see the blood vessels, how it is carrying. Okay, right. So here you can see the what you call the various just 1 minute. Okay, so this is the heart, we can see here, right? The yeah, so this one, the larger one, the ventricle, the smaller one, the auricle, and you can see here um, the auricle receives blood from which all parts of the body? Three main vessels are there, right? And it carries blood, it receives blood from three parts. One is tenerium, right? Another is what you call the um, blood from pulmonary sac and the renal chamber, the posterior renal chamber specifically. Okay, so this is the one which carries blood from the pulmonary sac. Okay, that is efferent pulmonary vein. Okay, and this one, this is the efferent tenerial vein, because it is coming out from the tenerium. Okay, it carries blood from the tenerium. It is oxygenated again. The third one which carries blood towards auricle, it is this one from the posterior renal chamber. You can see over here, it is a posterior renal chamber. Okay, from the posterior renal chamber, it carries blood which is where the what you call waste substances have been filtered out, and this one is efferent renal vein. Okay, so this is about the those vessels which carry blood towards the what you call the heart. Now from the ventricle, from the ventricle arises the aortic trunk. Aortic trunk, it divides into two. Okay, this one here you can see this moves towards the head. Here you can see the head, right? So it is cephalic aorta. Okay, you can see here, this is the what you call the cephalic aorta, right? And this one is the visceral aorta, which carries towards the visceral mass.